Hey guys, Jeff here, and today we're going to take another stab at the Illinois Duo. Ever since doing my entry for Vector Potentials Struggle Bus, I have been determined with this thing. So I am tensioning with a wiper insert, Chris Capune style. I'm going to go back and forth between my steak knife pick and my Sparrows Monkey Paw. Ever since I made that video for Vector Potential, I've been focusing on this because I really want to get this on camera, get it to be my my first purple belt lock. So one of the first things I got to say is regular practice helps. All right, there we go. I've got the initial false set. The next thing I want to say is I started this, as I said in my struggle bus video, I started this like over 2 years ago. And I had watched a lot of different videos and understood the concepts. Speaking of the concepts, I suppose it is worth pointing out, I did start with those side wafers. But it had been so long and I had gotten to where I just felt like I was poking around inside. One of the things that I did recently is I went back and I rewatched some of them, which turned out to be really helpful because, silly me, I forgot just how many wafers were in here. One of the problems I had is that there are 4 side wafers. Well, me, in my growing frustration with this lock, I had only been going back and getting maybe 3 of them. Once I knew that there was 4, that helped me make sure I was getting back there where I needed to get that 4th wafer. I'm fairly certain. One of the things I've noticed about this, and everyone else has said the same, is it has a lot of false set to it as you make progress. And over the last year or so, I have especially felt like I am so far down the false set. I felt like it's got to be just one more thing, and I am fairly certain now that that one more thing has been that 4th wafer, 4th side wafer. So once I learned that, I started getting a little bit more consistent. I think out of every 5 practice sessions, I was getting 3 or 4 opens. And generally speaking, I have not, for the most part, been able to get 2 opens in the same day. Now, a week or so ago, I had the realization while I was poking around that there was a lot of brass dust coming out of this thing. And I got this at a garage sale. Who knows how abused it was before me? And so I wondered, is it just straight up gunking up on me? Is that part of what's happening? Because I knew that I wasn't feeling a lot of things as clearly as I thought I would. So I have some Houdini because I'm lucky enough to have a Walmart that has Houdini in stock that I grabbed once upon a time. And that little bottle has lasted me a long while. Tried to kind of flush it in, work the wafers up and down a bit. You know what? After I did that, felt like I could feel what was going on in there a whole lot better. And not only that, I started getting a more consistent open. I wish I could say I was practicing absolutely every day. But I missed some days here and there. But after using the Houdini, I'd say now I was at about every 6 out of every 7 practice sessions I was getting an open. And I even had a few days where I was able to get 2 opens in the same day. It's gone from, let's see, around the time of Vector Potential's Struggle Bus video, I would actually get excited. Now, not quite as excited as, say, Parky with his openings. Man, he would get excited. But I would get a nice little yes! Couldn't help it. Every single time I was getting an open, there was that much excitement. Now, the excitement, and there's still the excitement, because let's be honest, it's why we do it. We get excited for the opens. But now, the excitement, it's a more subdued excitement. It's still excitement. I'm still happy every time I get the open. But it's no longer quite as jubilant. It's more, if you ever saw the movie Babe, at the end, I'm just talking about Babe the pig, at the end of it, after the pig has proven their worth as a sheepdog. Yes, I realize it might be spoilers, but the movie is old enough. But at the end of the movie, the farmer just looks at Babe, gives a little nod, and says, "That'll do, pig." I feel like that's kind of the excitement that I get when this thing opens now. Not jumping up and down, not shouting anymore, but yeah, I did that again. All right, I have dropped some stuff back, so let's go back through again. Feels mostly good in the bottom. There's one that's springy on me, which is not usually a good sign. Checking the top. Let's check those side wafers again. Make sure I'm going far enough back. All right. Checking the bottom. Because I feel like for me, for my lock here, usually the bottoms are setting first. This front one is one that I keep coming back to, I feel like. All right, let's check the top again. Okay, that might have been a little bit more than the farmer, but there we go. Back top is almost always the last one for me. I usually drop a lot of stuff in the bottom, but we did it. I did it. Got it on camera. Whew. So there is my Illinois duo picked. Still bums me out that there's no way to do any sort of gutting, but at the same time, that means we know this is unmessed with. And again, I just got to show that keyway, because I told you I got this used, and in the beginning, let's pull it out. In the beginning, I always tried to do pretty much all of my tensioning with my Allen wrench tensioners because they're my favorites. So usually went for the top of keyway, but that guy just Doesn't fill the space well. I mean, you can see it grabs there, but you see how much I can wiggle with nothing happening. I was actually doing a bit better with my bottom of keyway, but even that one, it kind of catches right there, but blocks a whole lot. This was, out of frame there. This is why I made the fork that went in there, but it wasn't giving me enough space. I didn't feel like I had good control. But this specific tensioner, I don't usually like the ones with the twist because they really do let you flex, but I wonder if that flex was what let me get in here, because I feel like if you were watching, I think I over tension a lot. There we go. That makes my day. So there's my tensioner, the kitchen knife, pick, and the monkey paw got me in. Well, thank you to everybody who has walked me through to this point. I will continue to credit Lady Locks because she is the one who sat with me through a chat session. I think we were doing that through Gmail or something, and I was chatting with her the first time I finally got that open. Thank you to Vector Potential for the struggle bus that got me to finally really focus in on this guy, give it the time that it deserves so I could finally get that open. There we go. That puts me halfway to a purple belt, I believe. All right, so with that, I might drop some links down in the description to some of the videos that I've watched that will help me get here also. But with that, I'll talk to you guys later.